Welcome to episode 71 of Something More Than Gibberish. Today I have the pleasure of featuring the most dearly loved personality on this Instagram poetry community, Ms Betty Ubiles. She is such a kind, dear soul that's ever supportive of everybody and very reluctant to accept support in return. Her work is quite profound. She writes from the heart. And this feature is a lot about promoting her recent book that she published of her work. Hello, Miss Betty. Welcome to the room. Put in a request and I'll drag you up and we can get this show on the road. So Miss Betty has featured before on the show, probably about a year ago. And since then, on that show, she let the cat out of the bag that she was working on publishing her book, which she has now. So let's bring her up so that we can. I'm bringing you up. This is so exciting. Hello, Miss Betty.
Hi.
I was just saying it was probably about a year ago when you last featured on the show and you let the cat out of the bag about your forthcoming book, or Jolene did rather, Jolene, your publisher.
Yeah.
And here we are now, you've got your book out and we're featuring you again. So welcome.
How you doing, Rainier?
I'm always good, Miss Betty. All the more for featuring you on the show. Always love a chat with you. Always love the support that you give everybody in this community, and you are most hesitant and reluctant to accept the support back. So it is my honor and pleasure to be able to feature you on this show. It really is.
Well, you're one of my favorite folk, Rainier. I always talk about you. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So I do have a new book out. And thanks to Kuza Books, which Jolene Thibodeau is the publisher and the editor. And this is my book. My Patchwork Face. Can you see it?
Yep, hold it up just a little bit more. Yep.
Yeah. And you'll be getting a copy soon too. And for those who order the book and have not received the book, I fell and hurt my knee, and but I'm good. I'm good. But those books are on their way. So I'm grateful for your patience because I know how it feels to wait on something that you've been, you know, can't get in your hands.
Firstly, thank you and congratulations, Miss Betty, on getting your work out, because I think your work needs to be heard. As I was saying, you write from the heart. You write on very real things that touch us on our human journey. And to me, there cannot be enough of that kind of content. Because in any corner of the world, there are people that face challenges on a daily basis, and anything that us as writers can do to trigger off their own thoughts, to give them strength to persevere with whatever challenges they face, I think it's an obligation we have if we're gifted with talents to write.
I think that's what unite us all as people, no matter where we find ourselves on this planet. You in Australia, someone in India, someone in the motherland, Africa. Our voices still ring true, and they bring universal truth. We are basically saying the same thing. We all bleed. We all in pain, and even though there are wars, though those wars we may not agree with, but the people who live in those countries, we all have the similar hearts. similar hearts. All of us are in pain. All of us are suffering. And all of us want a better world. You know, we are living under this. We here in the United States living under this oligarchy, this dictator, this man who wants to be king. He not only touches us, but he touches this whole planet. Look, he's in Iran. You know, he's in Venezuela. He's everywhere. You know, just a snake, just a vapor, and so it not only affects us, it affects you as well. So what pain you go through, I go through too as well. Even the trees, plants, this planet. We are responsible not only for the people, but we are responsible for this world.
100%, 100%. One thing we all have in common is doesn't matter what color, creed, culture we come from, we've all got a heart. We've all
Yes.
got a conscious, subconscious, a consciousness, and that's common in everybody. What hurts me hurts you. A mother's love doesn't change, doesn't matter what culture, creed, or corner of the world you come from. So you're very correct in what you say there. And yes, like dropping that pebble in the pond, what happens in one corner of the world does have repercussions in other corners of the world.
So Rainier, you know, I don't feel like today is all about me. Never, ever is it just about me. So, you know, there's Marian Anderson who, as a kid, as a child, in our elementary school when it rained, on those rainy days when we couldn't go out on the schoolyard, once we got to the school to start our day, we'd go to the auditorium. And so in the auditorium, the cafeteria, they would play this film, documentary, Marian Anderson. And so I think I was in the third, fourth, fifth grade, somewhere in there. But I never forget this. Marian Anderson, she always said one such and such, one. She never said I, never says I. Because she said her belief was that, her philosophy was that there is no I. We all contribute to the we. So rather than say I, she says one. And so that's where I feel. So I say that to just say this. I want to share 3 books that I got in the mail here lately. One is by one of my favorite people on this planet. That is Brooklyn in the House. And she wrote a book, Pennies for My Thoughts. And I'm going to throw her book up.
Yeah.
Pennies.
Can you hold it up a bit more?
Can you see
Yeah.
it okay?
Yes, correct.
And see, if you see Brooklyn in the House, that's her afro, that's her hair. That's her sitting on that tree. This is a dynamic, soulful, thought-provoking, spiritual book. I love this book, like I love her.
I love Erica's work. I've featured her on the show here as well. But I wasn't aware of her book. So, Erica, you're in the room. Uh,
Yes.
we'll have to talk about another feature here where we talk about your book. Now, I don't know if your book came after you featured on the show or if it was around before, but you never let that on. So, my
So
friend,
can I,
we need to
so can,
talk.
so Renee, can I read a poem from her book?
Yeah, Miss Betty, this is all about you, featuring you. So you're welcome to take the show wherever you wish to. It's not about me. It's all about you today.
So on her page, on page 42 of Pennies for My Thoughts by Erica Floyd, aka Brooklyn in the House. And this is called Time is on a Mission. Time is on a mission. What can I say about time? It has a schedule to keep. So take care how you use it as it marches on, because you'll reap. It can't be recycled, so don't waste it. It is impatient, it is determined in its progression. And although we often procrastinate, it won't be late. It is focused on its mission. It is an investment, whether a loss or an asset. You will benefit from how you spend it. It's costly, expensive, in fact, because no matter how hard you try, it's the one thing you can't get back. It's reliable because it comes through with regularity. and never overstays its welcome, having you wanting more, begging for an encore. Yet it's inflexible in giving that form of charity. It won't be erased like voicemail or delayed like a text said, "Can't talk now, can I call you later?" FaceTime, it demands. We are at its command. So you would catch these hands of time like clockwork on cue to old lang syne. And that's a poem by Brooklyn in the House, Erica Floyd. I like that poem. And
That
then
that's an amazing piece. Always love Erica's work. As I said, I used to hear her on lives on Zoom, and that's where I was quite taken up with her work and could not wait to feature her. So she's put in the comments that she published her book in January 2026. So when I featured her, her book wasn't out. But Erica, we will talk. I think I'm booked up till the 7th of August. So let's lock in a date from the 7th of August onwards to bring you on and promote your book and talk about your book. Miss Betty, at the very start of the show, I made the comment, what a selfless soul you are. Here you are, as Erica put in the comments itself, this is your future, and you are so selfless that you start right off the bat, start off by promoting another well-respected poet. And that speaks so much as to who you are. One of the most, this is why you are so loved and so respected and so treasured amongst this community.
Rainier. So there's a young lady that you need to feature on this bad boy on your show. Words more than gibberish. And this young lady, her name is Ray Jane, but I won't dare read her poems. I enjoy reading her poems, but you got to hear her poems in life because it's like Dee Dee Bridgewater song, or it's like Betty Betty Carter, with a scat and all that. You hip to Betty Carter? Are you hip to Betty Carter?
I haven't, no.
Well, you get a chance, look up Betty Carter. She's no longer with us. She was a great jazz vocalist, and she's bad scattered. But if you listen to Betty Carter and you listen to Dee Dee Bridgewater, well, you listen to Ray Jane, and her book is Black Poems from a Conduit, Black Like That. This is Ray Jane.
Yeah. Can you send me her
I
Instagram
will.
handle on a DM, and I will follow her up. I will look up her work and follow her up because I'm always looking to, the kind of guests I hand select for this show are people who write with meaningful content, who are selfless, who really have a lot to offer people in need. So I'm always open to recommendations where I can follow up their work and connect with them. So please send me this young lady's handle on a DM and I shall follow it up for sure.
And Rainier, I'm going to end it with this last book of poems that I want to share with you. And this is one of my favorite human beings in the world. And, I have yet to meet her in life, but I said we are contemporaries in terms of our ages. But I told Jane spoken word, if you were raised in California and you went to high school with me, you'd be in our game. You'd be sitting with us in the lunchroom. You'd be boycotting. We'd be out there marching. You'd be my homegirl back in the day. And she's one of my favorite people. She has a book called Bass Poetic. And this is her book, Bass Poetic.
Bass Poetic. Wow.
And I'm going to read a poem. I'm going to read this poem because this is where I've been feeling here lately. And it's called Blues Kind of Day. I can't seem to shake. I just can't seem to shake this heavy shade of sad. I don't know why. For the life I live, for the time I cry, each breath exhales pain eyes will never see. My soul sighs in vain. Is this who I be? I can't seem to shake this heavy shade of sad. I don't know why. People walk on by, lost in virtuality, alternative reality, eyeless sockets, breathless lips, gazed and dazed, living on the page. The question is, why? I can't seem to shake this heavy shade of sad. I don't know why. Say, why? Me? Is it me? I'm here. I survive. I have sung the wordless song, spit poems, banged a gong. I have a love that loves. I have suns that shine. I don't even walk alone. The question is, why? I can't seem to shake this heavy shade of sad. I don't know why. As I navigate life's timeless sea, darkness cannot lay claim on me. Skies are blue, people are kind. Second line smile bright, but it's dark as night in this heavy shade of sad. Like that
That's
poem.
beautiful.
That's James Person's words.
I love the cadence that you recited that in too, because it helps the pace really helps each line to be absorbed, to be digested. Um, yeah. So getting back to your book now, when did you publish that?
So it came out, she published it in October of 2025, but we got the books January 2026.
Right, so it's pretty fresh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, how
It's just, it's still got afterbirth on the pages. It's a little afterbirth on the pages. Afterbirth.
so were first question, were you happy with the outcome of the book?
Oh, if you ever go to a fabric store or you nice piece of fine wool or velvet, and so you touch it, you say, "Oh, got a nice hand, such a nice hand." Well, the pages feel just like that. Such a nice hand. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Nice hand. Yeah. I don't know why I procrastinated, but I'm happy with it. Elated.
Just Ghost, one of the listeners in the room has asked for what's the name of this glorious book. Do you want to hold it up and call out the name and where people can get it from?
It's called My Patchwork Face, published by Kuza Books. You can DM me for the books. You can also order directly from Kuza Books, Coosa Books. It's also on. Uh, I don't like to promote that motherfucker. That's the way I feel about Amazon. I just don't care about Amazon, but that's where you get it. You can get it from Amazon. But if you like your um, autographed copy or signed copy, you can DM me and I'll send you the book. And the book is $30.
Maybe, so is the link in your bio, Miss Betty, to Kuza
Yeah.
Book?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If, and I can put in here Kuza Books too. I can chat in here too.
Yeah, maybe put it in the comments as well.
Bury me.
Yeah.
That step into the 21st century. So I'm going Kuza Books at gmail.com.
Yep. And and perhaps even the title of the book.
Thank
You published it under your own name, under Betty Ubiles?
Yes.
Yes. So there you are, folks. So as suggested by Miss Betty, your best option is to either go directly to Miss Betty or through Kuza Books, and last option would be through Amazon. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I'm putting that in there. Even though it goes against my principles. It really does.
Yes, unfortunately, they're a necessary evil, right? There we go. Kuzabooks at gmail.com. My Patchwork Face by Betty Ubiles. I love that
Give
title, My Patchwork Face, because even that itself is a topic of reflection, right? We quite often live behind this face, that we don't show the complete us to the world for
Yeah.
various reasons. So uh, it's a very profound title.
Well, I had to give props to the artist too. That's Rosamay Davis. She saw me like on a live and she painted my picture and she sent the picture to me. And I asked her permission, could I use that painting on my book? And she gave me the authorization. So Rosamay Davis. So you can follow her too at Rosamay Davis on IG. Rosamay Loves Art on IG. I put that in there too. She's a fantastic artist. Give her props.
Yeah, nice. So would you like to, should we be sharing some of the work from your own book?
I will right now. I will. Let's see which one. Oh, I should have read a happy one, huh? But I don't have too many happy ones. Well, poetry found me. I journey not in any direction, seeking the unseen, a thought, a key to a compilation of misunderstood dreams. I was prostrate, not in a field of dust and cacti-seeded earth. Poetry found me, awash, dried mud, hardened clay blues infused, rhymes, jitterbug born, greeting a new day, harmonically sound, been there, done that, rebirth. Where would I be without it? Somewhere, snoring, sound, asleep.
So beautiful, Miss Betty. Tell me, what inspires your pieces? Is it life experiences? Is it your thoughts?
I would say a little bit of everything, of course. Life, Ranier, you know, where I'm feeling, it could be something someone said, a prompt. It could be a prompt, even, and life for sure. Just simple as that. Nothing
Yeah.
complicated, nothing deep.
Mm, mm.
In the world we live in,
Are you a very reflective person? Do you spend a lot of time thinking about things and what happens, what transpires around, and what you see, what you hear?
but you can't help but, we're living sponges. Think about it. We really are living
Yeah,
sponges.
true, true.
Everything affects us in some kind of way, negatively or positively. Positively, I got to enunciate my words. You know, profound. It can cause us to be happy, it can cause us to have disease, cause us to be sick. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're just sponges.
yeah. The some people are very busy voicing themselves and their views and so forth, whereas others are listeners and absorb things, as you said, like sponges. There you go. Look, yes, even Miss Lene just come in, Lene Monroe. This is how much you're loved, Miss Betty.
I love the
As
it
Miss
does.
Betty's book is truly a breath. She gives deep lessons and truth within every page. That is a huge compliment, Miss Betty.
Those are my daughters. Those are Lene, and Slow Motion. Those are my daughters from another host of folk. I love them too. Yep.
I have dearly loved Lene from the time we connected, probably 5, 6 years ago. I'm a great fan of her work, and as a person, Lene herself, I think, has featured on this show probably once, if not twice, and she's attended one of the Christmas lives as well. Yes, I love her work and Slow's work. They're so spiritual and they do so much to uplift people and
They do. And
encourage
and
self-healing.
they have a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, you are. Yes. Yeah. I used to love going on Lene's lives, or she would come on my open mics and we would chat away for ages. Yeah. Lene, thank you for coming by. You are, I've missed out little chats and so forth, Lene. Um,
I
yeah,
can't read. I
Miss
can't. I can't
Betty,
read
you are
the
so
schedule.
loved.
Rainier, I can't read the chats because it'll make me nervous to read the chats.
Miss Lene says, we love you too, Miss Betty.
Mhm.
Um, the, I know that a lot of people chase statuses, they chase physical wealth and so forth. But to me, there is no greater richness that we can have than to be loved by the people that we meet along life's way. And to me, my father used to say, at your deathbed, if you can count the number of friends, the number of people on one hand, you'll die a rich man. There's a lot of people who are there when you're on the up and up, but when you're in need, those friends. And honestly, the names that I see that have come into this room today and are an attestament to how much you are loved.
Well, it's a jazz word. It's a cliche, but I love it. They say love is the thing.
Yeah.
Love is the thing, and I like that. Love is the thing. I mean,
Yes.
I like that.
The Angela Sam had an event on today that she was sorry about missing this live, and she will be watching the replay. Now she's all the way here in Australia,
I know.
20 minutes away from me. Jane just popped in the room and she
Oh,
said
yes.
that she would not miss this for anything. This is how much you are loved.
Hey, Jane. That's my now Jane. That's my sister. I love me some Jane spoken word and Albie bassist.
Yes, I before in my old job when I could join lives because normally your evenings when you have the shows on your part of the world is during my work day. So I used to be able to pop into Jane's lives that she used to do, which are phenomenal. She used to have some amazing musicians and all that
Oh,
as well, shows. But for the last year and a half, nearly 2 years, I have had to miss a lot of shows, including Midnight and Chance's show, Gifted Johnson and Mr. Witz's show. I've had to miss a lot of those due to I'm in the middle of work, and
yes.
since I've changed organisations,
You have
probably
to
two
join.
years
You have
ago.
to. You have to join. WNIUH. Who's next up in here? That's on Wednesday nights. If you get a chance, you need to join. That's a great family too. You got Who's next up in here? The Ain't
Yep.
Right Track. Ram Rock, Ilva JC, and you.
I used to join lot of those shows up until 2 years ago when I changed organisations that I worked for. Yes, Who Naked up there. I love Gifted and Mr. Wits. They're beautiful. They've been on this show before
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, I'm really missing out. And as I said, Jane's spoken word was such a treat to attend her Zoom meetings as well. But fingers crossed, times will change and I can get back to frequenting these lives again because I miss a lot of that. But yeah, one of the nuances of being in this different time zone. So, Miss Betty, that piece, I loved it, and please do share as much of this book. I cannot wait to get my hands on
Well,
this.
you get one. You get one. Wait for a new shipping to come in. Our old folks books too. So yeah, you get one for
Thank
sure.
you. Thank you.
Now I'm gonna just be real with you. Keep it real with you. I got a stomach full of butterflies and a swarm of bumblebees. Stinging me here. I really don't like to be on live. I don't like to look at myself in the mirror. I know I'm beautiful people, but I just don't care about seeing myself, really hearing myself. Such is life. I wait for you, Rainier.
Sorry?
I wait for you to say something, ask me a question or something.
Uh, I'm. Shall we go to another piece from your book? I'm just, yeah,
Let's
loving.
see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Let's see. This is prayers, prayers for all mankind, all weathering storms. Prayers for all weathering storms. I'm a lone dancer in a circle of slew feet, left beat, step toe, padded leather, sling back red shoes, moving, swaying, trying to capture nothingness, attention, caught up in cotton candy softness, honeycomb, sweet smell, a solitude dancer, delightfully spinning, bill latency thick as any swamp, embrace the universe, engulf suffocating storms, dance, dance periphery, infinite galaxies, tapping, scratchy, sandpaper stars, neighbors of a silent moon, out of tune. Silence, eerie, rapid here, waters weave, high, close, everywhere, rolling away, opposite earth. Yet I'm here, lounging on the planet, watching, taking it all in, wondering, is this reckoning of devastation, manifest continuity, ancient sin? I'm suddenly a child, newborn, watching, peeking from behind, warmth of my mother's arms, wanted to smile, just grin again. And that's that poem.
I'm suddenly a child watching peeking. Wow. And sandpaper stars. What a beautiful, beautiful sort of term to use. Sandpaper stars. It's so real, isn't it? Us as humans, we get taken up by frivolous, glistening,
Yeah.
like seagulls. We see something glittering in the sand and we just dive on it without even looking. Jane's put in the comment, she loves your book and the cover is absolutely beautiful, just exquisite. So yeah. Um,
All those of me.
and Shocky G has joined as well. See you are, yep, Shocky is coming this is how much you are appreciated and loved, Miss Betty. You really are.
I love Miss Betty too.
I wish my arms were just long where I could reach across these continents and give you the biggest hug.
Oh, but I feel. I thought you were squeezing me. Right. I felt the squeeze. I felt the squeeze.
uh,
Yeah.
it's just so your piece is like dance, like it's something that mankind did in caveman days, even banging two rocks or sticks together to create music. They dance to celebrate. Dancing is a underestimated healing energy, I think.
It is. It really is. Let's see something.
And it's something that mankind's done since the creation of time, so.
Oh, there it is. I should get myself together.
uh, the So I guess I could ask the question: is there another book in the making, or is
Yes.
that a secret?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. It'll be a secret. Yes, it's a secret. But yes, yeah. I am working on another one. I have another group of poems. I thought I like what Jolene did. The poems that she chose. I submitted poems, and I thought those poems were going to be in the book. And when I saw the poems and saw the finished copy, I said, "Oh, I understand. Okay, the next book." So I have more poems. We're talking about that right now. We're in the process of doing that right now. Get another book out.
Um, Morning tea and a dose of Miss Betty's poetry. Smile to start the day. That is so true.
Oh wow, Asante Sana. Huh?
And as Jane said, she loves reading your work, but hearing your flow gives it another dimension, which is very true, Jane. I couldn't agree more because Miss Betty has this very gentle cadence that she recites her pieces, and that gives plenty of time to digest each line and for to feel the emotion in each line as well.
Oh, you feel good. Asante Sana. Oh, okay. I'm waiting for you because you know I'm a nervous wreck over here for real, for real.
Nothing to be nervous about. Just remember, this is all about Miss Betty. So feel free to take this in any direction you like. You can read as much as you like of your work because I think, as I said at the start of the show, writings like yours, people need to hear. And as you know, with the previous show as well, from this I will create a YouTube, I will create a podcast on Spotify. So different corners of the world where different platforms are more favored, you don't know who hears it. And I'm a firm believer in the universe going by my own life. What I need at the time, not what I want, but what I need, the universe always provides. And my hope and with these shows is that somebody in need of hearing a line, a sentence, a poem, a word, a part of our discussion, they hear it at the time in their darkest hour, move them away from the edge of the cliff. So this is, one of the reasons through these discussions or through the poetry that's shared or anything like that, that you just don't know who might need to hear at the crucial time.
Okay, then I'll read this poem to you. Just hang here. Illegal mankind. I'm walking piss-stained sidewalks, debris-filled city drains, where raccoons and their little ones have made their home, fleeing hill fires and canyon winds, where silly men build homes, concrete monuments, steel and iron gated walls, a snub to Mother natural laws. In the distance there crouches an animal, wiry, raggedy, gray angular dog. I turn as he turns, runs away, and then it's then that I see the scurrilous animal I recognize as a coyote, as he graciously concedes, allowing me to flee. I worry and rue the day when animals will forget to be kind. Immigrants, aliens in neon-lighted cities and unkempt parks, alongside unhoused tent dwellers, foraging food and warmth, unaware, ignorant of tomorrow. Cold might be that day. Who will be victor? Who will become prey? Well, bless this world. If time has yet blossomed, I hold my worries in my pockets, hopeful they won't stray. And that's that poem.
Can I ask what triggered that? Was it something you saw within the community, within a day-to-day thing?
Three things. This thing about illegal aliens, illegal immigrants. Second, our unhoused communities. Three, animals and nature just left and we just not appreciated, not taken care of. Those three things.
Yeah, and you captured that the very essences of those so well in that piece. Nature, now that's something that I think, and I too am guilty of as well. There's sometimes we get caught up in our own lives so much that we're stressed about this and stressed about that and want to achieve this and want to achieve that, that we fail to take the time to enjoy and to learn from the nature that surrounds us.
And we're stewards of that world. We're stewards of this world.
Yeah, Yeah, no, that's a good reminder, Miss Betty. Um, and yeah, this is why I'm so attached to your work because uh, through reflecting on what we see, experience around us, we use as instigation to write, to reflect on, and to output in our words.
Mm.
Yeah, and when you look at the size of the global population, and yes, there it is sad the number of homeless. Um,
Worldwide.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay. So let me read another poem to you.
Oh, please.
We must holler with our pens. The goal is to sink us. Excuse me. We must holler with our pens. The goal is to send us to a sunken place. We must holler with our pens, pencils, crayons, clay, wood, finger paint our fingerprints with indelible colors that bleed, hatred, oppressive, time traveling, dripping off, Hansel and Gretel crumbs in clear-cut forests, can't be erased, can't be eaten by crows or jackals. We are revolution, sirens of sound, music to ears, soothing and calm, bombastic explosion, puncturing, poking your ribs with a gilded mood, stiletto, climb out mountains of complacency, fear, embrace the antidote that awaits, time, true freedom, for as we stand alive, even crippled or laid dead, as the last tree falls, righteous, honorable, cleansed, soldiers, birth, born, holding tight to the afterbirth of freedom sought. And that's that poem.
Hollow with our pens. What a beautiful title to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
especially within this poetry community. And your other adopted daughters come in the room as well. Slow Mo's come in as well,
Okay, Bill.
and Butterfly Me and
Oh,
my,
Butterfly. She and I had the same birthday, March the 14th. But
oh, oh yeah.
I'm decades older than Butterfly, but we say the same birthday. Yep.
Yes, so there you go. They just you are yeah so well loved. It's great. The um, Miss Betty, um, do you in your which city, which state do you live in?
I'm in Oakland, California.
California. Now, do you get much opportunity to go to in-person lives in your
Yes,
local?
I have. I have. As a matter of fact, one is coming up on next month, and um, a member of my church community is the host of it. I plan to go there and watch and listen to the spoken word.
Mm. So, do you go on a regular basis and perform?
No, not on a regular basis. I got other things I'm doing. I'm pulled this way and pulled this way. I have commitments that I'm trying to fulfill. My sewing, as a matter of fact, Jane's spoken word. I'm making her granddaughter a doll.
Mm.
Um, I'm committed to make Brooklyn in the house, Gifted, and Mike and Michelle. I'm committed to make. I call them my trifecta daughters.
Yeah,
So I'm committed to making three dolls for them. So I'm trying to fulfill my commitments
yeah.
this year.
Jane also has put in a comment saying that her mum, her mother, also shares the same birthday as yourself and Butterfly Me.
Oh,
There you
where's
go.
go? Pisces in the house. We in the house. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So in your community, so you go to open mics when you can. When
Yes.
yeah.
Transport. Not like I used to. There's a time. in my much younger days, I would go and also be on stage reciting too. But I just got back into writing and practicing reading and all that. But my mind is, I'm pulled here, and I'm determined to get a weaving loom this year, a floor loom. Now I have 2 table looms, but I need a floor loom. And you come to my house, you won't be able to get in my house because I want the room to be filled with this loom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my goal.
You you said before you get nervous, so that's why I was asking you if you go to the in-person events more often. So if you get on stage, you cannot be nervous, right? You are, and there's nothing for you to be nervous about because when you speak,
Yeah, you can still be nervous, Rainier. You can be on the stage and still be nervous. Butterflies are always abounding. Yeah, so you're always going to be nervous.
oh God, love you. Uh,
Yeah.
the But I can say quite safely and quite honestly, you have nothing to be nervous about because you are just people hang on every word that you say. Jane just said you're always spreading the love wherever you go, and that you do.
Asante Sana.
I've never met you in person, and I can just, from the time I first connected with your work and on different lives, you could feel the love. You could feel the love in your writing. You can feel the love in your persona, in the way you speak. So yeah, we're blessed that we through the social media platforms where we can connect with people on other corners of the world. There's a lady in the room that I have probably connected with through this show quite a while back. I think she's still in the room because it's quite late in her part of the world. Daisy Noankwo, she's in Nigeria, and she's been ever supportive of this show and featured on this show. I'm actually traveling to Nigeria tomorrow, and I'll be there for a week, and I'll be meeting up with her in person. So excited about that, when you've known somebody for quite a period of time through social media, and then when you do meet them in person, yeah. And I'm looking forward to attending different poetry events and all with her in that Nigerian community.
Oh, that should be interesting. That should be nice. That
Yeah.
should be really nice. When's the last time you talked to Gemini Fox?
It's been a while. She was busy with promoting because with her, how she does a lot of sewing with clothes. So she's been promoting a lot of that, busy with that, doing a lot of fashion shows and so forth. Then she released her own book as well, I believe.
Yes.
So it's been a while since I've spoken to her, or even I haven't even seen her on lives or anything for quite a while.
Wow.
I miss her on this show because I always enjoyed the laughs, the jests that we shared. We had that sort of chemistry where
Yeah, great chemistry. I like you guys together.
it's yeah. So, and because I believed in the show, I just kept going, and now it's nearly probably getting on to 2 years since I've been doing this show solo. In August will be 3 years, so I think it'll be August, September, or December would be getting on to 2 years since I've been solo on the show.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's so true, Jane. One of the good things to come out of lockdown was meeting fellow poets all over the world and expanding the spoken word community. That is very true. Brooklyn, the flight from here, if it was a direct flight, it should only be about a 10, 12-hour flight. But post-COVID, a lot of the flight patterns changed. And this whole trip, my goodness, it's just been a nightmare. I booked my flights. The Iranian war broke out because my flight was going from here to Doha to Nigeria. So that flight got cancelled. Now I've got another flight that goes from here to Singapore, Singapore to Ethiopia, Ethiopia to Nigeria. And it's going to be from the time I leave home, it'll be over 30 hours before
That's
my
good.
touchdown in Nigeria. 30 hours. That's what it takes me to get to the States, right?
It's
So
mine. But what was the last time you come here to the States?
I was there 2024.
I would like to come to Australia. I like to come to Australia to see you, and I like to go see Zeus.
Zooks
Yeah.
about a 8 hour drive from where I 7 to 8 hour drive from where I am, and Angela Sam is only 20 minutes down the road from where I am. So Miss Betty, if you do come, do let me know ahead of time so that I can arrange for you to catch up with all these people and show you around. So yeah, Erica, when I come to the
I
States,
call
I
Angela.
leave my door here and it's by about 33 hours by the time I get to a hotel in the US on the East Coast. And Nigeria, this trip is going to be pretty much the same. I think it'll be about 30, 31, 32 hours before I can plant my backside in a hotel room and crash and burn. So, yeah, I was in New York for about 3 weeks or so in 24 April May. I was there. Previous trip in 22, I went to Pittsburgh, then I went to Philly, DC, and then to New York. But the last trip, I was just spent all my time in New York catching up to people. I met up with Tanika and Tenacious Soul. Um, um, who was in Queens. I met up with her and a few poets. Who else did I meet up with? I just missed a live gig that JC was organising. That was happening the night I was flying out in the morning, and it
Oh,
was too hard to change the flights and so forth. So yeah,
I know Zeus came. Zeus came, and he was in the New England states, and he texted me. He said, Miss B. I said, yeah. He said, I need to come see you. I'm in the states. I said, where are you? He said, I'm in such and such. I said, Zeus, you way at the top of the country. I'm on the West Coast. On the other, I'm in California. You can't just come see me like that. That's funny.
oh,
Yeah.
Eric is saying when I invited her and Dennis down to come visit here that I didn't warn her about the flight length. Erica, from NY to me, currently I'm 14 hours ahead. And when you go into winter and I go into summer, I'm 16 hours ahead of EST. That's how far ahead I am. And with PST, um, of course, I'm 19 hours ahead in my summer and your winter because my seasons are opposite too. You're
Yeah.
coming into
Right.
summer, I'm coming into winter. So I'm totally opposite to you guys, right? Oh, definitely. You wouldn't bother coming for anything, and you want to make it around 4 weeks or more because it's a vast continent as well. Um, the continent of Australia is the same size, if not bigger, than the US. So it's a big continent. So you don't want to come for 1 or 2 weeks because you'll barely scratch the surface.
But you guys got weird animals in Australia, don't you?
Don't say that. You're
Weird,
going to scare Erica more.
weird animals and weird insects, huh?
Look, they've got their place in nature. We have our place in our homes, and we get along well together. I respect their rivers where the crocodiles are, and I don't go swimming in them. They respect my home, and they don't come into my house.
I like it. Oh, oh,
Uh,
God. Oh,
there you go. Erica's back on it. Exactly. Weird animals. I hope you're not talking about the humans there, Erica.
oh, whoa.
Oh dear. But no, you'll love the place and the positioning of Australia. Our northern states are almost very tropical, whereas our southern states, where I am in Melbourne, for
Mm-hmm.
example, is almost quite European. So we've got the best of all worlds here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Erica says those insects are animals, but they
Yeah,
spiders.
they're animals.
Yes, we got a good range of spiders, quite a menu of them to choose from.
Ooh, yeah,
But again, they live outside, I live inside, we live happily ever after.
you better go outside though.
The Shall we get more into more of your poetry, Miss Betty?
If you like, let's see.
Oh,
Um,
look, I'll never get sick of listening to your poetry, Miss Betty.
let's see. I'm not gonna read that poem because you've heard that poem before. So I think I read if I be of a mindset foreign to me, a spirit full of want and worry, imagination, creation, crowded, cloud, blurry. I be that heart full of sorrow, soaking in a bathtub of beer, shower curtain of fear, battling tears, scuffling to get sober, just to stand, demand, tomorrow. I be that stranger in danger, corridor blue, insoluble, loquacious heart language, voluble. I'm satisfied with me, trouble, strife, sorrow. I wouldn't change yesterday for tomorrow. Movement forward, therein lies power. That's that poem.
You made a one line there. I wouldn't change yesterday, tomorrow. That's such a profound statement.
Mm-hmm.
Even our most traumatic passages in time that we've been through, if we look back in honesty and reflected on that journey, and we look at where we were before that and to where we are now, and see the growth we have had, why would you want to change yesterday?
Yeah.
That's a very profound statement that one could meditate on, you know. Uh,
Meditation. And meditation. And meditation is key. And meditation is very important too.
100%. Good grief, now we got the ladies worried about the spiders here. Yeah,
Uh-oh. Did I start something?
yeah.
I created a monster.
Erica, I told you if you came here, and Lene, if you came here, I guarantee you I will look after you and I will put you safely back on a plane to your comfortable little houses. I will guarantee you from the wildlife. Trust me. So I've got plenty of. I've got a good relationship with our wildlife, so trust me, I will protect you.
Oh, wow.
We do have some spiders that can be as big as dinner plates.
Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah.
Oh.
But it's not like you see them in everyday life. Like, it's not like they're in my house or anything like that. If I
So
go to
you
the
so
wilderness, yes,
so you're truly living in a science fiction world, huh? You really are.
I'll tell you a story, Miss Betty. One time I was up in the tropics because I rode around Australia on a motorbike for 10 years. And I was up in the tropical areas and I'd climbed this coconut tree, which is quite an art in itself. And I'm 20 foot up in the air and I've grabbed this coconut like this. And a coconut tree is just one straight trunk. There's no branches.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hugging the tree with one arm and I've grabbed this coconut with the other arm and I felt something move between my hand and the coconut. And it was what we called a bird spider. They are probably as big as my hand.
Oh my goodness.
So what could I do? So I had to put up with this thing in struggling between me and the coconut until I could get the coconut off, loosen and drop it down and then shake the spider off my hand and send him sailing. Of course, he's got a web stuck up there as well. So as I'm coming halfway down the tree, there's him dangling there halfway up. But here I am. He's alive. I'm alive. We're both alive, right?
So those spiders can build houses, huh? They construct house. I mean, they're huge. They can build houses. Yeah.
Oh, look, it's all part of the fun. It's all makes life interesting. And actually, with our wildlife, there's a lot of animals that are quite unique just to this continent, which is surprising, like the kangaroo, the koala, the platypus. They're all quite unique to this place. Similarly, with a lot of spiders and all that as well. So we were talking about nature before. Um, the universe never ceases to surprise me. You know, how do you get and
Mm,
animals? The emu, for example, you know, quite
yes,
unique to here. Um, at one point in time, lands were joined before the Ice Age and so forth.
that's
But
right.
how do just particular animals get
Well, I'm glad
lost?
we separated. Now I'm glad we're separated now because of that. You keep your animals there. Keep them over there. That's great. Yeah.
Lena is in tears laughing. Oh, Lena, you got to come visit here too. You and Slow have got to visit here. And, you know, I'll show you around and you'll love it. You'd absolutely love it. You won't have a dull moment.
I don't think so.
And here I am now about to leave here and I'm going to be setting foot on the African continent for the first time in my
Oh,
life. I'm really excited about that as well. Um,
and they have their own as well.
so tomorrow, this time tomorrow, my butt will be on a plane.
Yeah. You be safe. Enjoy yourself too.
Will do, Miss Betty. And I won't reach there till Monday lunchtime, after lunchtime. So,
Oh, wow, that's right. You've been. Wow, that's right. I can't imagine on a plane like that. Now I don't mind a train like that, but on the plane in the air, mm-mm.
there you go. Erica's trying to get numbers. She believes she'll be safe. Safe. There'll be safety in numbers. So she's trying to team up with Lene and so forth and everybody. Hey, look, the whole lot of you can come down and we
We
can
come together.
tour guide.
Yeah, wait for me.
Oh, Miss Betty,
Say, wait for me.
always open, Miss Betty. My home's always open.
I was. She said, what did you do?
Lene's asked the question: what is your top three favorite poems you have written and why?
Mm.
Here you
Uh,
go.
there's one in the book here, and I wrote that to a prompt. That's under construction. And then there's others. There's one that's in the book to be published by in the anthology, Valerie Lorraine. That's due to come out. She said, Valerie had been under the weather for a moment, so put that on hold. But that's coming. And Angela is going to be in that book. Angela Psalm is going to be in that book too.
Yep.
Um, um,
So I
yeah,
think from Lene's question, it can be doesn't have to be the ones in any book, but what are your top three favorite poems that you have written, and why do they appeal to you so much?
so that's one I wrote my last year in high school. Well, I had just graduated. I always liked jazz, and I love Pharoah Sanders. And so I remember there's two like pine trees in our yard, and the pine trees stand at my bedroom window. And so the moon is, you can see the moon through these two trees. And so it's midnight. And so I'm listening to jazz. And if I remember the title, listen to the jazz in the night full moon. And I used to know it by heart. So I wrote the poem for listen to Pharoah Sanders. Um, the creator has a master plan. Um, and so I got a chance to see Pharaoh. Um, a group of us, there was like 11 of us, caught the Greyhound bus from college to go see him in San Francisco. And so here we are, me and my 10 other friends standing at the door, and we see Pharaoh and his side men going through the entertainment into the entertainer's door. So I said, oh, there goes Pharaoh. So I said, go up to him. So I said, hi, Mr. Sanders. I said, hi. I said, I wrote a poem for you. And I used to know it by heart. I said, can I recite it for you? He said, be my guest. So I recited the poem. And he said, now you be my guest. I said, well, I can't go in by myself. I come with my friends, my fellow classmates here. We all caught the bus here. I can't go in by myself. I go in with them. He said, no, all of them can go as well. So we all went in. And from that moment till we lost Pharaoh a few years ago, whenever I would see him, I always talked to him. And we became like friends to a degree, whenever I would see him or his wife. Um, yeah. So that's one of my favorite poems. Yeah, that I wrote for Pharaoh Sanders.
Well, love to hear that one. And Lene says Under Construction is one of her favorite poems in your book. The poem is so powerful. I think I might have heard it too, but I'd love to hear that. Yeah. How about you recite those, the one you just mentioned and Under Construction and whatever your third
Well,
favorite.
I don't remember that. I don't know that poem by heart anymore. I know it's, digging the sounds and catching attitude in the night of the jazz, in the night of the jazz and the night's full moon. My heart deep into up into itself, thinking. So I can't think. I can't remember. But it's like a jazz thing. If I go back to some of my um photos, I may be able to find it. But
Yeah.
I lost a lot of poems. I lost some things, and someone came and broke into my house, and I lost a lot of my pieces.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
some years ago. And yeah, so but I used to know a lot of poems by heart, but I don't remember that anymore. I just
Well, I admire anybody who can memorize poems because I've got a photographic memory, but I cannot remember names and words and numbers. So I can't even memorize a three-line little haiku.
well, back in the day, I used to try to memorize most of my poems when I was reciting a lot, but I stopped writing for a while after that. So now I'm of an age and I don't try to memorize. I just read it. So I'm going to read Under Construction.
Yeah, I love that. Yes.
And I wrote this to a impromptu. Um, that's oh my gosh, Nopal Flowers, Nopal and AJ Word Artists. They had impromptu and open book. Under construction. Danger. Heavy equipment. Chains. Locks. Rusty keys. Sharp instruments. Pitchforks. Forklifts. Whips. Broken floorboards. Strong once. Sturdy once. A firm foundation for cargoes of a people without faces. Push. Kick. Thrown. Pull, loaded onto massive, creaky, foreboding ships. Oh, who was it that who was it that determined the fertile fields, the fatty calves, the flowing waters filled with fish, the bounty of fruit, harmoniously lived, could not abide its ancient citizenship, condemned, thatched villages, communes full of vitality, full of activity, dust-filled trails, tall grasses, the baobab tree, trees of life, shelter, feast for all living things, excuse me. But from this land, a nation, a people, forced to yield. And so it began. The metamorphosis, the transformation, the mutation, the misconstruction, the turning, tumbling, the hither and thither, to and fro, a constant journey, seeking a dismissed, eradicated identity, bulldoze, shelter, mental capacity to weather storms, umbrellas, useless. From the thunderous, tormenting rain, fast-moving winds blown inside out, exposing that cargo of ripped, tattered culture, naked, shivering, knees knocking, teeth clenching, to eerily wicked hurricanes, its treacherous waters with each dark gray cold drop slapping the skin, stamping, if you will, a foreign name applied supposedly to the most niggardly, lowest, uncouth of humankind, Negro, slave, nigger, colored, black, monkey, savage, George, Tom, Mammy, boy, girl, maid, servant, heifer, bitch, bastard. They would live in shacks behind massive white buildings, mansions with columns of marble from soon-to-be barren quarries. Then they lived on quartered, carved-out land, flying far out on the most desolate of farmland, sharecropping. They lived in buildings of savage woods, papered walls, behind towns of white bleach, picket fences, sculpted lawns, trees of ornamental fruit, not for eating, just for looking. Bitter fruit, reflected of the pale, southern, covetous people, boarded integrity, with murderous hands to a land they laid claim, peppering a parsimonious landscape, lawn jockeys' faces, a mirror, a cargo, kidnapped, unwilling trespassers of blood-stained lands of an indigenous nation destined along with the buffalo to be extinct. Signs, unceremonious, posted at the jockey's knees. No niggas here after sundown. Our pin curled hair wrapped in old nylon stockings, slick grease, hot comb painted hair stretched within an inch of life, processed, brain burning matter. We move, we dance in housing projects. See the clapboard houses? Houses built by the industrious proud dwellers in afros, braids, locks, weaves in every hue and color. We dance in ghettos of urban unrenewal and unrevitalization. We live. The scenario changes very little. The horizon, a map of Western inhumanity, seemingly holds for us the same gig. A people, my people, always under construction. A people, my people, continually facing destruction. And that's that poem.
Oh, that is an amazing poem, Miss Betty, and I could close my eyes and feel myself in the very scene that you're describing. Your imagery is outstanding. It just takes the reader right to what you're feeling, and the underlying message in that itself, it's heartbreaking, it's sad, but it's very real as well.
And it's enduring.
Ah, it's it's a phenomenal piece, and reading it, I could see myself reading that over and over again, because every time I read it, there'll be more and more that sinks in from each line. But hearing you recite it in your own cadence, in your own voice, it's a it's an absolute gift.
Asante Sana.
So yeah, Lene, thank you for prompting Miss Betty to recite her top three pieces, and like that piece is phenomenal. It's heartfelt, um, but yeah, I could. Where you spoke of the white picket fence, where you spoke of the landscape, I could feel myself in it. Your imagery, um, in a few words, you can paint the whole picture.
So
Uh,
Renee,
the physical picture as well as the human emotion narrated so well there.
so this piece here, I was prompted to write this poem, Touch. Um, um like, oh my goodness, just left me. My escape artist. Escape artist is a phenomenal writer. I love escape artists. And so she wrote a poem about mothers, mothers who are victims of war. I think she's writing specifically about the Gaza. And so I love that poem so much, I wrote a poem piece to it. And it's called Touch. And this is for all of us touched by war, no matter what side you stand on, what your beliefs are. We all lose in war. nobody is the victor. Even if they say they're the victor, nobody is the victor in war. And so this poem is called Touched. And this is for everyone. Hot blood running cold over river rocks. Mass populace, humankind, stones gray, board of color, stand. A spiritual protest, soul honoring humanity lost to war. Tears drop, begging, pleading, peace, come round here. But this be a world, a strain from tenderness, expounding proclivity of fear. Peace cannot come near. Unified, uniform, universally we mourn. Lost ones, loved ones, we held so dear. Peace be still.
That is very universal. So you mentioned that was inspired by a piece that was written by the Lassie
Escape artist.
Escape artist. Yeah, she is an amazing poetess as well.
Yeah.
I used to see her on a lot of lives and enjoyed a chat. She used to come onto my own lives a lot, but I stopped my open mics for about a year and a half after I had needed some time for healing after some tragic losses of close friends. And then after changing jobs too, couldn't attend a lot of other lives, so I missed contact with Escape artists. Yeah, she's a brilliant writer.
I love Escape artists.
Yeah. You just reminded me I should reach out to her as well, and she's another lady I would love to feature. This year I've been so blessed. I've had some amazing artists. At the first couple of months of this year, I had about 3 or 4 poets from Nigeria that I featured. One's actually a musician and he lives in UK at the moment, Frankie Walter. And then I've had just endless great featured guests, and there's a few that I'm waiting to hear confirmation on dates as well. Again, phenomenal artists. So, Miss Betty, this is when I was looking through to find some details. The last time you featured was probably getting on to over a year ago, if not longer, because Gemini was co-hosting with me then too. So
Yeah.
that's getting on to getting close to a year and a half to 2 years. So, this is an open door for you, Miss Betty. Whenever you have things happening, you don't have to wait to be invited. Reach out to me and saying, "Hey, Rainier, I've got this happening. Love to." And because I'm normally booked, as I said, my openings now are locked until the end of July. So the first show available is the 7th of August. So the year's filling up very fast, and I've got about 2 or 3 people that I'm waiting to lock in dates on. So, Miss Betty, soon as, like you're working on your next book, for example, so soon as you know when that's going to drop, reach out to me even a couple of months earlier, and I'll lock in a date because I love your work and I love you as a person. So my door's always open to you, and I always make space for you, Miss Betty.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you.
because the riches that I take to my grave is not what I've acquired through life or not my achievements, but it's the meeting and connecting with people like yourself. That's what I take to my grave and beyond my grave.
Whoa. Wow, this has pierced my heart, Bernier. It really pierced my heart.
Because those are the riches that I take, that I treasure. Not the materialism that surrounds me, not what I've achieved in my career, not what I've achieved in physical, but the tender moments that I have shared with people, be it 1 minute or be it one day or be it 1 year. Those
I
are what
love that.
those are what we that are written on the scripts of heaven.
I love that. You asked for a bio, and my bio remains the same. I don't change that bad boy. It's not. It's not long or anything like that. But can I read it to you? This
Yes, yes.
um. So this is my bio, and I just sent it to everybody. You ask for my bio. Everybody got the same bio. It never changes. I know I need to add what I'm doing in resume, but here it is. I'm a life in continuum. Yesterdays, yesteryears, today, right now, ever present. I.e., and hence, resume of my life, achievement, failures, gifts received, given, dances celebrated, performances of joy, lying prostrate on wax floors, dressed in blues and spilled tears, daughter, sister, mother, great grandmother. I'm loved, and I love life. Short for some and long for others. Asante Sana.
Yeah, that's so. That was a bio that I had from the first time, and because I didn't get a new bio, I ended up using that. So I'm glad I did because, yeah,
You say that, bad boy. That's because I'm not writing another one. That's it.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine because that describes, that says a lot, about you. That says a lot about who
Mhm.
you are as a person and, what drives you. Now, have we got a timeline on for the next book or
Well,
to?
Jolie is asking me, as we speak. Is Jolie didn't come in her. So Jolie is asking for poems now. So I'm thinking we're in we're in April. So it'll be this year, hopefully this year. I hope it's sometime this year. I'm,
Okay.
I'm writing. I'm still writing. I'm trying to
Hmm.
get some news. Yeah, and then Round Rock has a new literary magazine out, the Root System Review. I'm
Yep.
trying to make some poems there. I love Round Rock, Blood Brother Mike. Um, their platforms are great too. So
Yep.
yeah, you ever have Round Rock on here? You ever
Yeah,
have?
Ramrock's been on. He's been on once, and then Keneal was on once, and then
Oh,
I
okay, yeah.
together.
Oh wow! And what about Blood Brother Mike?
I have not actually because I lost touch with a lot of Blood Brothers, Mike, since was couldn't make Gifted and Mr. Witz's Zoom show. That's a good reminder. Yeah, I'll have to.
Blood Brother Mike will bring the music.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
bring the music. He has a wealth of knowledge of music. And you know who I love to see here? I love you. I love for you to have both Lana and Slow here
Hmm.
together. Together.
Yes, I've had Lene on, but I haven't had Slow. So yes, Lene, we'll have to talk about that. Locking you guys in. I've got three, six. I've got nine more shows before the Christmas, Christmas break. So if you're going to do it this year, Lene, I've got, as I said, nine spots left between now and the end of the
Oh,
year.
have you had Shaki G? Have
No,
you?
no.
Oh wow! You gotta have Shaki G.
And so, Miss Betty, if your book's going to drop before the end of this year, we'd better save a slot for you out of those nine as well towards
I
the end.
don't care. I don't care. I don't mind supporting them. No, 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 no. Go ahead, have them folk on.
We've got to have your second book when it's out, right? We'll have to promote it. So yeah, Lene and Slow, that'll be good because I have had Lene before, but even that'll be over 2 years, I think. That was when Gemini was co-hosting too. So Lene and Slow would have to,
No, you got to have them together. 'Cause I love talking to them together.
yeah.
I just they make me. I love those two. I love Mr. Lene and Slow. I just
Yeah.
love them.
And Shocky G's work, I used to hear her
Oh,
work on so many platforms. Yes, I love Shocky's work.
Shaki G. I don't think Shaki G realized and know the depth of her gift. Shaki G is phenomenal. I would say like when we talk about classic, I think Shaki G. I would consider the new classic writer.
Yes, yes.
I
She's
would.
she's got. You're right. You are very right. I used to get that feeling that I don't think she realized the power of her pen.
Mm-mm. No, she don't.
Mm.
She's. I love. I have a book. There's not one poem in her book that I don't like. Every one of her poems.
Yep. And that is, to me, I think somebody who is unassuming about their own work, they continue to produce good work too, because that's ego does not get in the way because we still think um, from a very humble place that the work that we continue to produce is always evocative and
And that's gifted, and that's Mikey Michelle, and that's Mr.
yes.
Witz, and that's Mr. Witz, and that's Jai. That's all those folks are in that realm.
Yes, correct. I've had Mr. Witz on his own, I've had Gifted on her own, then I've had them both together as well. And yeah, always love those two. Gifted is such a beautiful soul. You just want to give her the biggest hug, and she does so much for people as
Oh
well.
yes, yes, yes. She's a walking angel. She's just like
Yes,
a walking angel.
such a
Gift.
kind-hearted soul. Now, Miss Betty, we've got about 30 minutes left.
We have 30 minutes. Oh my lord!
So you can, as I said, it goes for 2 hours.
I
Some
thought,
in the
I thought,
early days, the show used to even go for 2.5 hours, but with IG, if it goes over 2 hours, it's hard to get the full video in one piece without having to do screen recording. So now I limit it to 2 hours. We've been going for 1 hour, nearly coming close to 1.5 hours, and I've loved every minute of it, Miss Betty. Uh, I cannot wipe the smile off my face.
so okay. I'll read you this poem. I don't know if it has a title. I don't think I titled it, but anyway, dry all the flowers. Dry all the flowers. Petals about history. Thirsty for lucidity of waters. Gray rivers weep. Desiccated tears cause universal Caesars. Overwhelming fatigue. Sounds and songs once loud. An assurance of restoration now faint, barely audible. In a perilous world in need of our sunshine, and yes, even our rain. Ignorance of our existence and status quo norm. Our all embracing invitation of love denied. Yet through it all, we endure, we stand, unapologetic. Our blackness, a hydroelectric pump, refuels our souls, readying us for forever sojourn, invigorating, washing all memories of sorrows, tomorrows. Another day I can say, I am not sorry. I am not sorry for loving me today. And that's that poem.
Ignorance of our existence. What a powerful, what a line.
Hmm.
We forget the recent past so easily, don't we?
Hmm.
It's like we fail to learn from it and to build within ourselves what we learned. Um, we're always looking to the future, to what we don't have.
Yes.
So, yeah. Um, now, must remind you, Miss Betty, the lady that you mentioned at the very start to send me her contact details
I,
to.
I will, Ray Jane.
Yeah, Ray Jane. Yeah.
Won't forget. I won't forget. I'll send you a picture of her book too.
Yep, that'd be good. Yeah, because I will must reach out to Shoki and Ray Jane. I'm really keen to follow to go and look her work up as well. Now, Miss Betty, you also know of as of about two couple of months ago, I restarted my open mic and DM reads in the alternate week to something more than gibberish. So one Friday it'll be something more than gibberish. The next Friday it'll be the open mic DM poetry and vibes with Rainier. You're feel free to join in there too. Love to for you to pop in and share your work there as well. That's on the alternate weeks. That's whoever comes in the room. It's purely an open mic and DMs. Um, but in saying that, for the next 3 weeks, I won't be having a show. There's no open mic next week. The following week, the 1st of May, there's no something more than gibberish because I'll be overseas. And
Yes.
my next feature on something more than gibberish is going to be Danny White.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, so he'll be on the 15th of May, and the next open mic session will be on the 22nd of May once I come back. I'm just going to be free of social media for the next 3 weeks and fully focusing my attention on Nigeria, and
Yeah,
people
yeah, yeah, yeah.
love it and attending live things and so forth. Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
Thank you. What's Jane said? I have so many. I rotate the books that I read every morning. Miss Betty, Shocky G, Stacey Dyson, Diane Ward, Ray Jane.
Oh, Ray J, see?
Yeah, her own work, and she shuffles them up and reads 2 or 3 for inspiration.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I think now, come to think of it, I think I might have heard Ray Jane's work on your show, Jane. I think I might be there that I've because the name rings a bell.
And she sings too. She has a
Uh,
distinct voice.
Now, here's a very good question. Jane's asked if anybody else enjoys our own poems after we have gone through all the work of putting your book out. Do you enjoy your own pieces, Miss Betty?
Well, I just told you. Remember at the top of the thing, I said it has a good feel. It has such a good feel. I enjoy some of these poems, but sometimes I look at these poems. I say, did I write that? It's like it's foreign in me, in a sense, in a way.
Mm.
But I'm grateful because it's legacy. It's something I can give to my grands and my great grands in their hands. But yeah, I enjoy it. But again, it's almost like uh, it's unbelievable. Even like our art, we create something with our hands, and once it's finished, it's done. You look at it and you say, "Did I make that doll? Or did I make that dress? Did I make that purse? Did I make that quilt?" It's it's unbelievable.
Mm.
You
Mm.
it's simply unbelievable. Someone says, "Oh, I like that." Then it comes to you that, in fact, you are the one who made it. But and you forget about the time and the progression and the love and the enjoyment, the slow pace in creating it. You forget about all of that once it's done.
Mm. Mm.
Because I think what you enjoy the process. I like writing because um, I really like writing. I like to write it at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, I get up and I put on my jazz. Um, I think of words and I say, let me go and get my thesaurus and my dictionary. I try to find different words that's other than the ordinary. Look at a word, you look at the definition of it, you find another word instead of using that word. It's a joy in discovering the words. And it's joy in knowing what those words mean and the foundation and the construction that it gives to the building of a piece. And
Mm.
once it's done and you listen to some music, you may not listen to music, it depends. Because silence can be music. Even the quiet can be rhythm. Once you, especially when you're writing in the midnight hour. When you're writing in the midnight hour and the moon and the darkness is coming in the sky, coming into your room, mixing with the air and the flow in the air, um, you become a composer in a sense. You
Mm.
know, even
Mm.
if you're not a musician, because I don't know how to play the piano, but I feel like I'm playing music when I'm reading. I feel like I'm playing music when I'm sewing. So when folks say, you're a musician, I say, yeah, right, you're damn tune. I'm a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a musician. I'm a musician with my fingers. You know, I'm a musician with my mind. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I enjoy the process in the
That's,
spirit, in the
and
spirit.
you are a night owl because sometimes I'd send you a message or something and I say, oh, wow, she's awake and it's like 2, 3 in the morning there.
I know. I said to step out too. I said to step out too.
Yeah. I sort of think, oh, yeah, I'll get a response tomorrow sometime. And then I see a response immediately and I go, this lady is still awake. That is so cool. Now, in regards to your question, Jane, do I enjoy my own work? I wouldn't say enjoy because, but what I do is my very first piece I wrote back in 1989 or 88 or something. That's in the very first poem in my first book. So sometimes if I'm reading some of my old work be it at an open mic or on a social media live, what I find is it's a good reminder to me of how I felt, what I experienced 40 years ago, so or 35 years ago or whatever. It's a reminder of the lessons that I learned and my views, my outlook,
Yeah.
because I'm not the same person I was back in 1989. But
You want, and you don't want to be.
no, and there are events that happened there that have influenced of who I am today. So yes, I do get value from rereading my old work, and I don't write for prompts and so forth. So most of my stuff's all instigated by my own experiences, my observations, what I feel. So it's a good reminder for me of how I reacted to something, to an event in my life or something that happened in my surroundings. So yeah. Now, Miss Betty, I know we showed you a book at the start, but I think for people who've come into the room since and people who've probably watched the show, let's show your book again and give the details. So it's with Kusa Publishing at kusa@gmail.com.
So I'm going to do the same thing I did in the beginning. I'm
Yep.
going to show the book first. I'm going to show all the other books first. I'm going to show Jane. I want to show Ray Jane's book, Poems from a Conduit, Black Like That. She's a phenomenal writer, and her voice, just to hear her live is a gift. And then Brooklyn in the house, Pen Ease for My Thought, Brooklyn in the house, aka Erica Floyd. Beautiful book. And of course, Jane's spoken word, bass poetics. Jane's spoken word. And then Asante Sana, you guys, my book, My Patchwork Face. You can DM me, or you can buy directly from Kuza Books at Books at gmail.com, or you can go the Colonius Way, Amazon. That's my book.
So, folks, the recommendation is go directly to Miss Betty or go to Kusa Books. That's Jolene, right?
Yeah,
Jolene.
Jolene Thibodeau, give her
Yeah.
props. Jolene, another a beautiful Jolene. Jolene don't like to show her face, but near Jolene, you know Jolene.
Yes. Yes.
The words for Jolene.
I love her work. I used to always, when I was doing my open mics under Original Thought, Jolene, you would send me pieces to read as DMs. And used to always have me worried because she will use a American Indian term or something like that, that I'm going, how the hell do I pronounce this? Old. This is scare the hell. So what I used to do is try to pre-read her work so that I wasn't caught unprepared.
Have you reached out to Zeus right there in Australia? Excuse me.
Zook's book was also, I think, published with Kusa Books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, Zook's came to the States, I think, in 23 or 24, No, it must have been 23, towards the end of 23. And he came and stayed with me here for a few days before, and he left his car here, and I dropped him at the airport when he went to the East Coast. And he was there for quite a few weeks. And then when he came back, he spent a week with me here, and we were going to open mics and so forth.
Yeah.
But I I know his mum was unwell for a while and so forth, and I've lost touch with him. I reached out a couple
No,
of times.
his mom passed.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
because I didn't know she'd passed, but I knew she was unwell. He had reached out to me, um, and I sort of forgot to respond as well because I was caught up in a lot of things in my life. And then since then, I have reached out to him a couple of times, and again, with obviously now if his mother's passed as well, I haven't heard back from him. But I'd love to. He lives about an 8 hour drive from where I live. But I'd love to hear back from him. And I hadn't even seen him on lives for months.
Yeah,
And
no.
I remember asking people like Ramrock and Keneal and all that because he was a regular attendee at their
Yeah.
lives. And I was asking them if they had heard from him or seen from him because I hadn't been in touch for a while. So I do hope he's okay. That's a good reminder. When I come back, I will reach out again and try and see where he's at. He's a lovely, lovely gentleman
Oh
and
yeah.
lovely guy.
He's another Renaissance man in terms of the spoken word and also his artwork too. His art.
Yes,
Yeah.
he had exhibited some of his artwork here at a art gallery here, probably 20 minutes drive, where we have a lot of open mics. And I went and picked up his artwork, and I had him here for about a month or 2 months in my place until he sent a friend to pick them up who was going up his way. Um, and so I had his artwork here, and yeah, they're phenomenal. His artwork is phenomenal, but he's also does a lot of sewing as well. You know,
Yes, right. That's right. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
very talented, certainly multi-talented.
Yeah. I'm gonna reach out to him when we get off this line.
Yeah.
You know,
So we've got about 15 minutes. Do you like to share
I
anything
think
that you've
I
got
put
coming up, and any other pieces or anything else that you'd like to showcase that you've
well,
got happening?
I do this poem. What the world needs now is rhythm. That's a poem. What the world needs now. What the world needs. Let me say that right. What the world needs now is rhythm.
So true.
The world is so unbalanced, offbeat, out of sync. I have to step lightly and gently plant my feet, heel to toe on ragged sidewalks, exploding underfoot, if not in reality, then for sure in my unconscious mind. I'm in a mental health predicament. Only I can wrestle from the knotted pretzel I call America. Oh well, let the music play on. Less. Yes.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can say a lot in a few lines, Miss Betty.
Hmm.
You can say a lot in a few lines.
And so I'm gonna read one more poem. This is gonna be my last poem, okay? Because otherwise I'll be reading my whole book to you. So I think I'll read this. I don't know if Carolyn is in the room. A
Who?
dear friend, Carolyn Pope. I don't know if she's here. I think she's packing.
No, she's not.
Well, she's trying to get to Barbados, so she's probably packing on her way to Barbados.
Yeah,
But
right.
so this is the last poem in the book. Oh, wait. Um, let me do this one. I'm gonna read this one. Jesus Wine. And this poem didn't have a title, but Jolene titled this poem, Jesus Wine. Such are the eyes of God, surveying a vast ocean of outstretched hands, ancient buoyancy of justice lies waters overflowing in the presence not of past tense, of lynching, bobbing up bodies fall down, legislative vicious nets full of soulless empty eyes watch as the sweet people, earth, indigenous, drown. Is there one, just one, not sullen, beaten, but wise, fortified with Jesus wine, willing to throw the world a lifeline? Wrote this poem as I listened to Curtis Mayfield, we, the people who are darker than blue. And that's that poem.
It's a appropriate title that Jolene suggested as well.
Yeah. I can't wait for you to get the book. I'm gonna send you this book. Oh, give me your address. Give me your address,
I'll
okay?
send it to you.
Okay.
Now,
It's been
so I live by myself, so there won't be anybody home for 3 weeks, but the mail system take a while anyway. Takes a while to get here, but I won't be home till about the 15th of May. I leave tomorrow lunchtime and tomorrow morning I leave and I get back on the 15th of May. So no rush, but I'll send you my details and I will also in turn like to get your details so I can reimburse you for all the expenses, including the postage, because the mailing to Australia from the US, quite often when I send my two books to the States, the mailing costs more than the two books. So make sure you let me know what the postage is going to cost as well, because I'd love to reimburse you for that as well, please, Miss Bessie.
I might have to cheat. Because I was talking to Jolene about this, how we take care of our folks overseas. So I might have to cheat and deal with the colonists, with Amazon. You know, I call them the colonial people. So I may have to call Amazon and send it to you because it's cheap like that for you, isn't it? Is it cheaper that way for you? No.
Doesn't matter if the preference is for me to get it straight from you or straight from Jolene. I'm happy to do that.
Hey,
And that way you can sign the copy as well, and I'll reimburse you I'll pay you for the cost of the book plus the postage as well.
but we don't talk about that here. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
That's our personal business. We just can't take care of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm because the postage to Australia. I know when I send, a lot of people want autographed copies of the book, so I send it from here, and it it costs more than the actual books, the postage, right? But so I don't want you to bear that cost. Lene, thank you for coming. Lene says she enjoyed the show, and thank you both for being so amazing. Congratulations again on your beautiful book, Miss Betty. So, and yes, I am so glad. That was so funny when you were keeping, and when you last featured, you were keeping it so secretive, and Colin gets on the show and lets the cat out of the bag, and here we are now celebrating. So that is great. Congratulations, Miss Betty,
Thank
and
you.
all the pieces you shared. I've loved, and
I'm glad.
the commentary in the room, everybody else did as well. And I'm sure once I post the live and once I create the YouTubes and the Spotify podcasts and so forth, there'll be many others who will get a lot of pleasure from hearing your work, from hearing our discussions. So yes, you're a beautiful soul, Miss Betty. You bring a lot of joy to people by just being you.
And you're a beautiful soul too, Renee. Like I said, I mean this too. You're one of my favorite folk. Yes, you are. Yep.
You're pretty kind. You're very kind.
Yes, we talk.
So, and Tanika she's arrived home late and was glad to jump on here as well. So, Tanika, good to see you. And yes, it's been a blast for the last hours.
Come on, Boogie down. Hi, hey. Hey, Brown Boogie Down is here too. Hey,
Yes.
family's in the house. Brown is
When
here.
I went to New York in 24, I met up with Tanika in person. We spent a good afternoon. We had lunch, and then we spent a good afternoon around the botanical gardens there. And she escorted me back to the station so that I didn't lose myself in the Bronx. And it was a great because I'd actually Tanika was one of the first people I featured among the first group of people I featured on the show, which is getting on to now nearly 3 years ago. And then when I met her in person, and we spent a lovely afternoon just talking, just walking through the botanical gardens, and just, yeah, it was magic. It was really, um, um,
Wow.
once you've known people and featured people, and then when you meet them in person, the experience is
Delegate Brown,
priceless.
delegate them as family too. That's Brown. She's there with Brown Rock and Keneal and Tarin. Tarin.
Now, Ramrock's in Canada, right? Or has he moved to New York?
But they're always on the same
Yeah,
stage platform.
yes,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
on RBJC's Poetry Club,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great platform too. I like them too.
Yes,
I love
yes,
Keneal.
that they've been around for a long time too, those platforms, so it's always fun.
And I like their themes. They have their when they have their like when they have their get togethers, they have their color themes. You know, I think one year they were denim. I think they were denim last year. Am I right, Brown? Brown Boogie Down, and then they were gold one time because oh my goodness, he's gonna get mad at me too. I like him too with the locks. Deep Thought.
Deep
Oh,
thought, yeah,
have you
yeah.
have Deep Thought here? Deep Thought is another one. Oh my gosh, Deep Thought.
Arsenio is a lovely guy, and he was one of the first features we had that Gemini and I hosted on the show as well. I did reach out to JC. Now, this is I haven't heard back from her because JC is actually an amazing poetess herself, but she is so busy with the poetry club, with the events she organised, a lot of live shows, and like me, when I host a show, I don't recite my own work, so I have rarely heard JC's pieces, but when I do hear her work, she is a very, very profound writer and writes some amazing work. I would love to feature her on the show. I have
Oh,
reached out to her actually about a month ago or something like that, but I haven't heard back from her. I appreciate she's a busy lady, but I would love to have just a couple of hours away from the um, poetry club and all, just
yes, to
showcase
hear her.
her own work because she is a phenomenal writer.
I think that whole group over there. I think everybody in that group are phenomenal. I like everybody in that group. I'm
Mm.
never disappointed. I'm never disappointed. I love everybody in that group.
Tanika just said that she and Ram are hosting an event on Sunday evening on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be phenomenal, T. I'll be in the air
Oh,
somewhere
that's
for
right. That's right.
here in Nigeria, so I won't be able to attend. But good luck with the show. I'm sure it'll be an amazing event. Um, Ram's events are always interesting, and your work is second to none, Tanika. So I'm sure
Yes,
it'll
Lord.
be a phenomenal event. Well, folks, we've come to a time. Miss Betty, thank you. It's to say that it was a pleasure is an understatement. Honestly, I've been honored to have you on the show to feature your work, and thank you for sharing so much of your work. Because and thank you to everybody who came through. Jane, Lene, Slow Mo popped in,
Oh,
uh,
not
G
oh,
popped in.
oh wow. Oh wow. Hi, Melissa. Lost the sentence here. Hey, Melissa.
I saw Nemo, and yeah,
Oh,
there's so many
Nemo.
people that popped in. Um, and
Have you
Jane
heard?
saying good night with a smudge of sage and sweetgrass. Um, thank you, Jane, your support, your commentary, and Erica. You were at the start of the show, and Amazing by design. Sonia Renee, thank you for coming by. Tanika, your commentary and all, we enjoyed the laughs. It's been a pleasure. You helped make the show so much richer through your commentary, your support to Miss Betty. And Miss Betty, as I said, I wish my arms are long enough that I could reach across the continents and give you the world's biggest hug.
I feel it. Vanessa, you keep saying that. I feel it. I'm squeezed. Go get your arm. You're too tight, Vanessa. It's too tight. No, I feel you. I feel her.
I have nothing but admiration, appreciation, and love for you, Miss Betty. The world needs more souls like you. Really does.
Can I say something real quick?
The stage is yours.
I just want to say thank you for all who came in the room. I see my Nemo son is in the room. That's my food son. And Nemo's another one. Nemo's another phenomenal writer.
Yes.
Oh, gosh, Nemo. Yeah. So, and I see my girls in here. That's my daughter. That's Melissa. That's Law's descendant. That's another daughter of mine who's local, who's right here close to me. I see she came in the room. I love you all. Again, I thank you all. When you get a chance, not only get my book, don't just buy my book. Don't just buy my book, but buy my friends' books too. These other poetess too. Ray Jane, Brooklyn in the House, and my sister girl, Jane Spoken Word. Jane Spoken Word support everybody too.
Yes.
Yep. One love.
Stay safe, Miss Betty, and stay ever blessed. Divine love to you, and thank you for honouring this platform with your feature. It is an honour, and remember, this door is always open to you.
Thank you, Asante Sana. Thank you.
Stay safe, everybody. Stay blessed, and Miss Betty, thank you. I will share the link. I will add you as a collaborator. And when I've created the YouTube and the Spotify, I will send you those links. Feel free to use them any which way you like. They're all yours, right? So, thank you, Jane. Thank you, Lene. Thank you, everybody.
You can let me go. You guys let me go.
Yep. I'll end the show and we can both go.